Most people over 60 have been sold the same idea for years. If you're losing muscle, just drink a protein shake. Sounds simple, and it sounds safe. But here's the problem. After 60, muscle loss isn't just about not enough protein. It's about whether your muscles even respond to what you eat. A lot of powders are processed, easy to overpay for, and they often leave out the real-life meal context older bodies need. Some even upset digestion, which is the last thing you want when appetite is already smaller than it used to be. And the stakes here aren't cosmetic. His is about function. Real, everyday function. It's the moment you notice the stairs feel steeper than they used to, or you catch yourself pushing off the chair with your hands because your legs don't want to do the work. It's carrying groceries and feeling your grip fade faster than normal. It's walking a little slower, not because you want to, but because your legs don't feel as steady and your balance feels off in a way that's hard to explain. For many people, the fear underneath all of this is simple and very real. One bad fall can change everything. Here's one number most people don't hear early enough. Muscle loss can begin after 50 at about 1 to 2% per year. And if nothing changes, that can add up to 30% or more later in life. That's not just aging. That's a slow leak in the strength that eventually shows up in daily life. And here's the part that matters most after 60. Your body often needs a stronger signal per meal, not tiny bits of protein scattered here and there. A real portion that tells your muscles, build and repair now. That's why some people drink shakes and still feel weaker month after month. So today we're keeping this practical. I'm going to show you 7 cheap, realistic protein foods, counted down from food 7 to food 1. For each one, I'll share a simple portion, the easiest way to eat it, and one mistake that makes people think, this food didn't work. Quick question before we start. How old are you and what feels harder lately? Stairs, balance, or getting up from a chair? Now, food 7 is everywhere in the US, but most people buy the wrong version and accidentally turn it into a sodium-heavy meal. And that small mistake changes everything. Food 7, ground turkey. Ground turkey gets treated like diet food, and that's a mistake, especially after 60. If you're trying to protect muscle, you don't need meals that feel light and unsatisfying. You need meals you can actually eat consistently. And ground turkey is one of the easiest ways to hit a muscle-building portion without a long cook time, without a big chewing workout, and without standing in the kitchen for an hour. Here's the simple number that matters. A typical 4-ounce cooked serving, about a palm-sized portion, gives you roughly 20 to 25 grams of protein. For older adults, that's a meaningful signal to the muscles. Not a tiny sprinkle of protein that disappears in a salad. A real serving that tells your body, repair and rebuild. This is also where a lot of people get confused. They'll say, I eat meat, but I still feel weak. And often it's not that they're doing everything wrong. It's that the portion is too small, or the meat is so ultra lean and dry that they don't enjoy it, so they unconsciously start eating less and less. That slow drop in intake is what catches people over time. Make this practical. Think of ground turkey as a one-pan base you can reuse all week. Brown it gently, add chopped onion or garlic, then toss in a bag of frozen vegetables and season it the way you like. Taco spices, Italian herbs, chili seasoning, whatever fits your taste. That one pan can become tacos, chili, lettuce wraps, stuffed peppers, or a quick pasta sauce. And when you pair it with something simple like beans, rice, or even a side of vegetables, you're building a complete, filling meal without effort. The biggest mistake is buying 99% lean and cooking it like you're trying to remove every drop of moisture. It turns into dry crumbs, and people decide turkey isn't for them. Fix that by choosing 85 to 93% lean, cooking on medium heat, and adding moisture, tomatoes, a splash of broth, or even just extra onions. Suddenly it tastes like real food again, and you'll actually want to eat it. Now, if you like the idea of affordable protein that's easy to chew and easy to use, wait until you see food 6. In many stores, it's even cheaper per serving, and the tenderness surprises people who struggle with tougher meats. Food 6, pork loin or pork tenderloin. A lot of people hear pork and immediately think greasy, heavy, and hard on the heart, but that's lumping every cut into the same bucket. Pork loin and pork tenderloin are different. When you choose the right cut, pork behaves like a lean, a high-protein staple, closer to chicken than to bacon. The key is cooking it the right way so it stays tender. Here's a useful number to keep in mind. A 4-ounce cooked serving, again, about a palm-sized portion, usually gives you around 22 to 26 grams of protein. That's a solid amount for older muscles, especially if appetite is smaller than it used to be. And it's worth saying out loud, tenderloin is typically leaner than cuts like ribs or shoulder. So if you've avoided pork for years, this is the safe entry point. This matters for two common problems after 60. First, low appetite. Some days you just don't feel like eating a big plate of food, but your muscles still need protein. Pork tenderloin lets you eat a smaller portion while still hitting a meaningful protein target. Second, chewing comfort. When tenderloin is cooked gently, it's naturally soft, much easier than tougher steaks or dried out chicken breast that can feel like work to get through. Keep the cooking simple. One of the easiest methods is sheet pan pork loin slices. Slice it into medallions, season with salt, pepper, garlic, and a little paprika, then bake with vegetables on the same tray. Or do a slow roasted tenderloin, lower heat, pull it before it dries out, and let it rest. Pair it with beans, lentils, or roasted veggies, and you've built a muscle meal without heavy sauces. One trade-off you need to watch: store-bought pre-marinated pork. Many of those are loaded with sodium and sugar, especially BBQ flavors. You'll do better with plain meat in your own seasoning, simple and clean. Food 5, canned chicken. Some days, cooking isn't hard, it's impossible. You're tired, your knees ache, the kitchen feels like a project, and lunch quietly turns into crackers, a cookie, or nothing at all. That's where canned chicken earns its place. This is the no energy day protein. No thawing, no chopping, no stove, and you still get complete protein your muscles can actually use. Most brands land around 20 grams of protein or more per drained serving, but it does vary, so a quick glance at the label helps. The part I like for people over 60 is how flexible the portion is. If your appetite is small, do half a can and build it into something light. If you're having one of those "I barely ate today" days, use the full can and you've instantly covered a big chunk of your protein target without forcing a large meal. This fixes a very common trap: skipping lunch because cooking feels like work. And when lunch disappears, dinner ends up carrying the whole day, which is tough on older muscles because they respond better to protein spread out, not all at once. Make it taste like real food, not survival food. One simple mix is olive oil plus lemon plus black pepper, maybe a pinch of garlic powder. Another is Greek yogurt plus mustard plus celery for a quick chicken salad that doesn't feel heavy. You can toss it into soups, stir it into rice bowls, pile it on whole grain toast, or mix it into a salad with beans for a more filling plate. If you get bored easily, change the flavor direction. Mexican style with cumin and lime, Mediterranean with oregano and olives, or simple salt, pepper, lemon when your stomach wants calm. 2 watchouts. First, sodium. Some cans are surprisingly salty. If blood pressure is a concern, choose low sodium or drain and rinse briefly to cut the salt. Second, texture fatigue. If you eat it the same way every time, you'll start avoiding it. So rotate seasonings and mix-ins. If you're still here, do me a quick favor. Tap like and subscribe to our channel. It tells YouTube to show this to more people who are trying to stay strong after 60. Now, food 4 is the easiest night repair protein because it keeps feeding your muscles while you sleep. Food 4, cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is not flashy, and that's exactly why it works. This is the kind of food people ignore for years. Then they try it for a week and say, wait, why do I feel more steady in the morning? The secret is that it's a slow-release protein. Think of it like a gentle drip feed for your muscles, especially useful when dinner is light or when you wake up feeling weaker than you think you should. Protein-wise, most cottage cheese sits around 24 grams per cup, depending on the brand. You don't need a giant bowl. For many people over 60, half a cup is a perfect starting point. If you're trying to build strength back faster, 1 cup can work well as a solid evening snack or a simple lunch add-on. Here's where it connects to real life. If you wake up sore, stiff, or you feel like your workouts don't stick, it's often because your body isn't getting enough building material for repair overnight. Muscles don't rebuild while you're lifting weights. They rebuild when you rest. Cottage cheese gives you a steady stream of amino acids over hours, and which is exactly what older muscles tend to respond to better than quick spike and crash meals. And you can make it fit your taste. If you want sweet, go with berries and a dusting of cinnamon. If you're more of a savory person, try black pepper with chopped tomatoes and cucumbers, or stir in herbs and a squeeze of lemon. It also makes a quick high-protein dip. Mix it with garlic, dill, and a little olive oil, then use it with vegetables or spread it on toast. Small change, big payoff. The trade-off is sodium and tolerance. Some cottage cheese is high in salt, so choose a lower sodium version if needed. And if dairy sometimes bothers you, start smaller. 2 or 3 bites at first, then build up as your gut adjusts. Aim. Food 3, canned sardines. Sardines are one of those foods that look unimpressive until you remember what you actually need after 60. Real protein your body can use, plus nutrients that help you keep moving. They're small fish, but they show up with a big package deal. You're not just getting protein, you're also getting fats and minerals that support how muscles contract, recover, and stay comfortable enough for you to stay active. Most cans land around 20 grams of protein or more per serving, depending on the brand and size. That's a serious amount for something you don't cook. Sardines also naturally contain omega-3 fats, not a magic cure, but the type of fat many studies link with healthier inflammatory balance. And that matters because stiffness and soreness often turn into a behavior problem. People move less. They take fewer walks. They avoid stairs. They sit longer. Then muscles weaken faster and the cycle tightens. Sardines are useful because they can support recovery without asking you to eat a big meal. The simplest way is to mash them with lemon and black pepper. The acid helps cut the richness and makes the flavor feel cleaner. If you're a texture person, eat them on crackers or toast with sliced tomato. If you want something more meal-like, stir sardines into pasta with garlic and olive oil, or toss them into a salad with cucumbers and herbs. They also work surprisingly well mixed into rice with lemon and a little chili. 2 watchouts are real. First, taste. Sardines can be strong, so start with half a portion and pair them with acidic flavors like lemon or tomato so they don't feel overpowering. Second, sodium. Some cans are salty, so check the label if blood pressure is a concern. Food 2 is the simplest morning muscle switch. Cheap, fast, and it works even when appetite is low. Food 2, whole eggs. Eggs are not trendy, but they're reliable. And for older adults, reliability wins. The main reason eggs work so well for muscle is that they're complete protein in a small, easy portion. But the bigger point is this: the whole egg matters. A lot of people got stuck in the egg whites only era, and they miss what the yolk brings to the table. Nutrients that help your body actually use that protein. A large egg has about 6 grams of protein, so 2 eggs give you around 12 grams. For many people over 60, that's a solid base, especially in the morning, when weakness and low energy can make movement feel harder than it should. If your legs feel shaky early in the day, or you feel like you're starting at half power, a protein-forward breakfast can change how the rest of your day goes. Make it easy. Boiled eggs are the simplest grab-and-go option, no thinking required. If you prefer warm food, do a quick veggie scramble. The trick is adding one small side that turns it into a stronger muscle-building meal: a spoon of beans, a cup of yogurt later in the morning, or a slice of whole grain toast. That extra support helps older muscles get a clearer signal that says, repair and rebuild. Now, cholesterol. This is where people get nervous. Most adults do fine with moderate egg intake, especially when the rest of the diet is balanced. But if someone has a specific medical reason to limit eggs, they should personalize it with their clinician. Food One is the best overall because it's the easiest to build a full week of muscle meals around without getting bored or overspending. Food One, chicken thighs. Chicken thighs don't get the same clean reputation as chicken breasts, and honestly, that's why they win for people over 60. Breast is easy to overcook, easy to get tired of, and easy to stop eating when your appetite isn't strong. Thighs are different. They stay tender, they taste better with simple seasoning, and because they're usually cheaper, you're more likely to buy them again next week. And that's the real secret with muscle after 60. Consistency beats perfection. A single skinless thigh typically gives you about 20 to 25 grams of protein, which is right in the range many older adults need at one meal to send a clear repair message to the muscles. And inside that protein is leucine, the amino acid that works like an on switch for muscle rebuilding. After 60, that switch doesn't flip as easily from tiny portions. So when someone tells me, I eat meat but I still feel weak, I usually see the same thing. The portions got smaller, the meals got lighter, and the muscle signal got weaker. This is where chicken thighs quietly change the day-to-day stuff. The stairs that feel steeper, the slower pace in the parking lot, the moment you carry groceries and feel your legs complain sooner than they used to. When you don't fix that with one superfood, you fix it with a reliable main protein you can eat 2 or 3 times a week without getting sick of it. Make it simple. Pull the skin off, season with salt, pepper, garlic, and paprika, then bake or roast. Cook extra on purpose, enough for 2 to 3 days. One night it's chicken with vegetables. Next day it's shredded into a wrap or tossed into a salad. Next day it's stirred into a soup or beans. That's how you stack protein without feeling like you're dieting. One watch out. Breaded and fried versions turn a muscle food into a salt and fat bomb. Default to oven cooking, and you'll get the benefits without the baggage. And next, I'll show you a simple day plan using these 7 foods so your protein is spread across breakfast, lunch, and dinner without it feeling like work. If you made it this far, you're already ahead of most people because you're thinking about strength before it becomes a crisis. Now I want to hear from you. Which one are you most likely to try this week? Ground turkey, pork loin, canned chicken, cottage cheese, sardines, eggs, or chicken thighs? Comment your choice below and tell me what feels hardest lately. Stairs, getting up from a chair, or carrying groceries. And if you want that simple day plan next, subscribe so you don't miss it.